Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Teddy Atlas back hating on Canelo Alvarez, and look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Teddy Atlas has come out and he's arguing that Canelo Alvarez must fight David Benavidez to be rated the best super middleweight in the world right now. He states, and I quote, "You want to say you're the best at super middleweight in the world right now? Then you've got to fight David Benavidez." Now, this is Teddy Atlas' own statement, but look, we know that Teddy Atlas is always caught in hating, caught in his feelings. He doesn't make sense. He doesn't stick to the facts. And what are the facts? The facts are Canelo Alvarez has unified the division with every single champion in the division. He's fought Callum Smith. He's fought Caleb Plant. He's fought Billy Joe Saunders. He fought all three prime undefeated world champion in less than a year. While David Benavidez had been at super middleweight for years and never unified once. But you're going to call a guy that's put in no work, that's unified 0 times, he's the best. He's the best just because you like him. He's the best based on nothing, based on no unification, based on beating no one, simply because you like him and you think that he's the best. That doesn't make any sense. 0 sense. Canelo Alvarez is undisputed and holds every world title at 168. He is officially the best. He doesn't need Teddy Atlas approval. He is the best 168-pound fighter in the world and the only guy to ever go undisputed at 168. He's made history. David Benavidez has not. So the fact that you like to sit up here and ride this man's nuts, it doesn't make any sense. And then, how does Canelo need to fight Benavidez to be the best at 168? But David Benavidez in his next fight is not even fighting at 168. This guy is fighting at 175. He's in another weight class. So you talking about Canelo Alvarez need to fight a guy who's not even in his own weight class at the moment to be proved that he's the best at his weight class, and yet Canelo's undisputed. It makes no sense. This guy is obviously hating on Canelo, and what's even worse is Terrence Crawford threw his belt in the trash just so he wouldn't have to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. But you've never seen Teddy Atlas one time say, "Oh, Terrence Crawford got to fight Jaron Boots Ennis to prove that he's the best at 147. No, he doesn't. He never said that. He said Terrence Crawford's a great fighter. He's undisputed at 147. He did great things. But you don't want to question his reign. And he didn't defend his titles at all. He beat Errol Spence one time. He beat Errol Spence one time. He didn't beat every champion in the division. He beat Errol Spence. So at the end of the day, if we're going to be honest and unbiased, the fact that you give Terrence Crawford a pass, no criticism, and you're blatantly hating on Canelo, who's faced better competition over the years, who's conquered more weight classes, and you're constantly hating on Canelo, it simply doesn't make sense. This is a double standard. And Canelo Alvarez hasn't been stripped of any belts. Canelo Alvarez hasn't lost any belts. What are we talking about here? At the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez is the best 168-pound fighter. Teddy Atlas is straight up hating, and he's not keeping that same energy.